The chandeliers cast fractured light across marble floors. Champagne bubbled. Diamonds glittered. The Carter Foundation Gala smelled of money, pretending to be charity. Ethan Cole moved through the crowd with practiced indifference. At 35, he had built an empire from code and ambition. Oralink had made him a billionaire. Success had made him hollow. He adjusted his tie, counting the minutes until he could leave. Then he saw her, a waitress near the serving tables. Black uniform. Chestnut hair pulled back loosely. She turned, and the world stopped breathing. The necklace caught the light first. Silver. A crescent moon wrapped around a compass rose. The same one he had designed 15 years ago. The same one buried with Lily Hart. His glass slipped from his fingers. Crystals shattered across the floor. Impossible. Lily was dead. He had seen her coffin lowered into the ground. He had built his fortune on the ashes of that grief. But the necklace, every curve, every detail, burned into his memory like a scar. She moved through the crowd, refilling glasses, unaware she had just resurrected a ghost. Ethan followed. His heart hammered against his ribs. Their eyes met, polite, professional, empty of recognition. Lily? The name escaped before he could stop it. She blinked, confused. "I'm sorry, sir. Did you need something?" The voice, softer than he remembered, but achingly familiar. "No, I'm fine." She nodded and turned away. The pendant swung as she moved, daring him to question reality. A hand clapped his shoulder. Business talk. Forced smiles. He murmured something distracted and slipped away. Pushing through the side door into the service hallway, cold, quiet, the smell of detergent and steel, she stood by the exit, sorting empty trays. "Do I know you?" His voice barely held together. She looked at him, cautious. "I don't think so, sir." "That necklace. Where did you get it?" Her fingers brushed the pendant. "I've had it as long as I can remember. It's old, I think." The words struck like a fist to the chest. She moved past him. Coffee and rain. The scent triggered memories so violent they nearly dropped him to his knees. As she pushed through the door, he caught the engraving, LH plus EC, Fine North. The same words carved on the twin pendant, locked in his desk. The door closed softly. Ethan stood motionless, the echo of that inscription pounding in his chest. He whispered to the empty hallway. 15 years ago, I buried her memory. He looked toward the door where she had vanished. Tonight, I saw her alive. Morning light crawled through the blinds of Anna Reed's Brooklyn apartment. Toast burned. Coffee sputtered. Her son, Jamie, 10 years old, and all wild curls, appeared with his backpack. "You forgot your sketchbook, Mom," she smiled, taking it. "I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached." "You say that every morning." She kissed his forehead at the bus stop, waved until he disappeared, then walked to the cafe where she worked. Small, tucked between a laundromat and a flower shop. Enough to survive, Mrs. Alvarez, the owner, glanced at the clock. "You're late, sweetheart. The toaster attacked me again." The morning blurred. Coffee orders, wiping tables. Between customers, she hummed a melody she couldn't place. Sometimes songs came to her like ghosts, half-remembered, aching. She never asked where they came from. Questions led to pain. During her break, she sat by the window, fingers tracing the necklace at her throat. The engraving had faded, but she loved how it caught the light. The bell above the door chimed. A man in an expensive suit entered, tall, dark hair, eyes that looked like they hadn't slept in days. He stopped when he saw her. Anna stood. "Can I help you?" He stared, not at her face. "At the necklace? Where did you get that?" His voice cracked. "I've always had it." "Why?" He stepped closer. Too close. "Do you remember anything? Before you came to New York?" Her chest tightened. "Who are you?" "My name is Ethan Cole, and that necklace belongs to someone I loved. Someone who died 15 years ago." The room tilted. "That's impossible. I've had this since I woke up in a hospital 10 years ago." "I don't remember anything before that." His face went pale. What hospital? St. Mary's. They said I was in an accident. No ID, no memory. They called me Jane Doe until I chose a name. Ethan pulled out his phone, hands shaking. He showed her a photo, a young woman. Dark hair, green eyes. Smiling at the camera, Anna's breath caught. The face was hers. Younger, happier, but hers. That's Lily Hart, Ethan whispered. My first love. The woman I buried? Anna backed away. No, that's not me. I'm Anna. I have a son. I have a life. Look at the photo again. She did. Her hands trembled. How do you have a son? Ethan asked quietly. I don't know. The doctor said I was pregnant when they found me. Jamie was born 2 months later. I don't remember anything before that. Ethan's eyes widened. 2 months after the accident? She nodded. He stepped back, running a hand through his hair. That means he's mine. The words hung in the air like broken glass. Anna's voice came out raw. What? If you're Lily and you were pregnant when you disappeared, then Jamie is my son. The door to the cafe opened. A woman in designer clothes entered. Beautiful. Cold. She looked at Ethan with possession in her eyes. There you are, darling. You missed our lunch. Ethan turned. Vanessa. Not now. The woman's gaze shifted to Anna. Recognition flickered. Then something darker. Who's this? No one, Ethan said quickly. Too quickly, Vanessa smiled. Sharp. Calculated. Really? Because you look like you've seen a ghost. She moved closer to Anna, studying her face. You know, Vanessa said softly, you look just like someone from Ethan's past. Someone who's been dead a very long time. Anna felt ice crawl down her spine. Vanessa leaned in, her voice a whisper only Anna could hear. If you know what's good for you, you'll forget you ever met him. Then she turned to Ethan, all sweetness. Come on, love. We have that charity dinner tonight. Ethan looked torn. I need to stay. No, Anna said firmly. You need to leave, Anna, please. My name is Anna Reed. I don't know who Lily Hart is, and I don't want to. She walked into the back room before the tears could fall. Through the window, she watched them leave. Vanessa's hand possessive on Ethan's arm, but Ethan looked back. Once Anna touched the necklace find North. For the first time in 10 years, she wondered what North meant, and who she had been before the world forgot her name. 3 days passed. Anna couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw that photo. The girl who looked exactly like her, Jamie noticed. Mom, are you okay? She forced a smile. Just tired, baby. But tired didn't cover it. Her hands shook when she poured coffee. Her dreams filled with fragments. A beach. Rain. A voice saying her name but not the name she knew. On the 4th day, Ethan appeared at her door. How did you find me? Anna asked, blocking the entrance. I'm a billionaire. Finding people is easy. He looked wrecked, unshaven, desperate. Just give me 5 minutes. Against her better judgment, she let him in. He sat on her worn couch, looking out of place among thrift store furniture. I hired a private investigator. I need you to see what he found. Pulled out a folder. Newspaper clippings. Medical records. Photos. This is Lily Hart, art student. 20 years old. She disappeared after a car accident on Highway 7 15 years ago. Her body was never recovered, but dental records confirmed the victim. Case closed. Anna's hands trembled as she looked through the file. But here's what doesn't make sense, Ethan continued. The dental records were falsified. The investigator traced them back to a private clinic owned by someone I know. Someone who had everything to gain from Lily's death. Who? Ethan's jaw clenched. Vanessa's father, Richard Blackwell. He was my first investor. He wanted me to marry into his family. Lily was in the way. The room felt smaller, colder, dull. You think he faked her death? I think he staged an accident. Made sure you had no memory. No identity. No way to find me. Ethan's voice broke, and I think Vanessa has known the whole time. Anna stood, pacing. This is insane. You're telling me I'm part of some billionaire conspiracy? I'm telling you that you're the woman I loved, the woman I never stopped loving, and someone stole 15 years from us. Stop. Anna's voice cracked. I can't be her. I have a son. I have memories. I know who I am, do you? Ethan stood, moving closer. Tell me about your childhood. Your parents. Anything before 10 years ago. Silence. You can't, because it was taken from you. Tears burned her eyes. Even if you're right, even if I'm this Lily person, I don't remember being her. I don't remember loving you. You're a stranger, then why are you crying? She touched her face. Wet. Because some part of you remembers, Ethan's voice softened. The necklace, the songs you hum, the way you looked at me in that cafe, something in you knows. The door burst open. Jamie stood there, home early from school. His eyes went wide when he saw Ethan. Mom, who's this? Anna froze. Ethan stared at the boy. Jamie had his eyes, his chin. The resemblance was undeniable. Jamie, go to your room. But Mom now. Jamie left, but his footsteps stopped just beyond the door. Listening, Ethan's voice came out strangled. He's mine, isn't he? I don't know. Anna, look at him. You know? She turned away, arms wrapped around herself. What do you want from me? You want me to blow up my life? Tell my son his entire existence is a lie? That I'm someone I can't even remember? I want you to take a DNA test. I want to find out the truth. And I want to make the people who did this pay. And then what? You ride off into the sunset with your lost love? Except I'm not her. I'm a broke waitress with a kid and an apartment that smells like mold. You have a fiancé? A perfect life. You don't need this mess. I need you. The words hung between them. Raw, honest, dangerous. Anna shook her head. You need closure. That's different. Ethan pulled out a small box from his pocket. Inside was a pendant, the twin to hers. LH plus EC. Find North. I've carried this for 15 years, he said quietly, waiting for you to come home. If you're not her, then I'll leave. I'll let you live your life. But if there's even a chance, his phone buzzed. He glanced at it and his face went white. What? It's from the investigator. He showed her the screen. A text. For words Vanessa knows you're here. The window shattered, glass exploded inward. Anna screamed. Ethan grabbed her, pulling her down as another rock crashed through. Jamie ran out. Mom, stay back. A car screeched outside, black, tinted windows. It idled for a moment, then sped away. Ethan stood, pulling out his phone. We need to leave. Now. Leave. This is my home. Your home just became a target. He looked at Jamie, then at her. If Vanessa knows I found you, she'll do whatever it takes to keep you silent. Her father has connections. Money. People who make problems disappear. Anna's heart hammered. You're scaring him. Good. You should be scared too. Jamie's small voice cut through. Mom, I'm scared. She pulled him close, her decision made. Where do we go? Ethan's eyes met hers. Somewhere they can't find us. Somewhere I can keep you safe until we figure out the truth. Anna looked at her son. At the shattered glass. At the life she thought she knew, crumbling around her. Okay, but we do this my way. DNA tests first. Answers second. And if you're wrong about any of this, you disappear from our lives. Forever. Ethan nodded. Deal. As they gathered what they could carry, Anna took one last look at her apartment. 10 years of building a life. Gone in an instant, she touched the necklace. Find. North. Maybe north was never a direction. Maybe it was a person. Safe house was a cabin, 3 hours upstate. Woods. Silence. No. Neighbors for miles. Jamie fell asleep on the couch, exhausted from the drive. Anna covered him with a blanket, then joined Ethan by the fireplace. The DNA results will be ready tomorrow, Ethan said quietly. My doctor is running them personally. No record. No trail. Anna stared into the flames. What if I am her? What if I remember everything? What if I don't want what comes with those memories? Then we deal with it. Together. You keep saying that? Together. But you don't know me. You know who I used to be? Ethan turned to face her. Tell me about Anna Reed. Who is she? Anna's voice softened. She's a survivor. She wakes up every morning and chooses to keep going even when she doesn't know why. She raises a son alone. Works 2 jobs? Hums songs she can't remember learning. She's not special. She's just trying not to drown. That sounds exactly like the Lily I knew. Their eyes met. The firelight danced between them. Tell me about her, Anna whispered. Tell me who I might have been. Ethan's voice grew distant. She was an artist. She saw beauty in everything. Broken things. Ugly things. She believed the world was worth saving. She made me believe it too. He paused. We met at a coffee shop. She was painting the rain. I asked her why. She said because sadness deserves to be beautiful too. Anna's breath caught. I paint. I know. I saw the sketches in your apartment. I paint rain. Something shifted in the air between them. Recognition. Memory. Or maybe just hope. Ethan reached for her. Hand. Slowly. Carefully. When we were together, I promised I'd always find north. No matter how lost I got, you laughed and said that's what the necklace was for. To make sure we'd always find each other. Tears slipped down Anna's cheeks. I don't remember, but I feel it. Like an echo, he moved closer. Then let the echo be enough. For now, their faces were inches apart. His hand cupped her cheek. Ethan, the door burst open. Vanessa stood in the entrance, gun in hand. Behind her, 2 men in suits. Did you really think you could hide from me? Her voice was ice. Ethan, darling, I'm disappointed. Ethan stood, placing himself between Vanessa and Anna. How did you find us? Vanessa smiled. You forget. Your investigator works for me now. Has for months. Every move you made, I knew about. What? The betrayal hit like a punch. Why? Ethan's voice broke. Because you're mine. You've always been mine. My father invested everything in you. Made you who you are? And this little ghost from your past doesn't get to ruin that? Anna stood slowly. You knew I was alive. Of course I knew. My father arranged the whole thing. The accident. The memory wipe. The new identity. It was expensive, but necessary. Vanessa's eyes glittered with malice. You were a distraction. Ethan needed to focus on building his empire, not waste his time on some starving artist. You destroyed my life. Anna's voice shook with rage. I gave you a life. You were nobody. Now look at you. A mother, a survivor. You should be thanking me. Ethan moved toward her. Vanessa, put the gun down. No, I don't think I will. She aimed at Anna. Here's how this works. You come home with me. We get married. We forget this ever happened. Or she dies. For real this time. His small voice, thick with sleep. Mom. Everything froze. Vanessa's eyes shifted to the boy. Well, this complicates things. Don't. Ethan's voice turned deadly. Don't even look at him. He's yours, isn't he? I can see it. Vanessa laughed, cold and bitter. My father was right. We should have killed her when we had the chance. Anna moved in front of Jamie. You'll have to go through me. That can be arranged. Ethan stepped forward. Take me. Let them go. I'll marry you. I'll give you everything. Just let them walk away. Anna's heart shattered. Ethan, no. It's the only way. Vanessa considered it. You'll sign the company over to me. Full ownership. No questions, done. And you'll never see her again. Or the boy. They disappear forever. Ethan's jaw clenched. He looked at Anna, at Jamie, at everything he had just found. I need your word they'll be safe. You have it. Anna grabbed his arm. Don't do this. We'll find another way. Ethan touched her face one last time. There is no other way. But you'll be alive. That's all that matters. He turned to Vanessa. Let me say goodbye. Vanessa nodded to her men. They lowered their weapons slightly. Ethan knelt in front of Jamie. The boy was awake now, scared but trying to be brave. Hey, buddy, I need you to take care of your mom, okay? Can you do that for me? Jamie nodded, tears streaming down his face. Ethan hugged him, whispered something in his ear, then stood. He faced Anna. I'm sorry. For everything. For not finding you sooner? For letting this happen? Ethan, he kissed her. Soft, desperate. A goodbye that tasted like salt and regret. When he pulled away, pressed something into her hand. The twin necklace. Find North, he whispered. Even if I can't be there. Vanessa grabbed his arm. Touching. Now, let's go. As they reached the door, Anna's voice rang out. Wait. Everyone turned. Anna's hands were steady now, her voice clear. You want him to sign over everything? Fine, but I want something in return. Vanessa raised an eyebrow. You're in no position to negotiate. Actually, I am. Because I remember. The room went silent. Anna continued, her voice stronger. I remember the accident. I remember your father's men running me off the road. I remember waking up in a facility, not a hospital. I remember the injections. The questions. The way they tried to erase me? Ethan stared. Anna. My name is Lily. She met his eyes. And I remember everything. Vanessa's gun raised. You're lying, am I? Your father kept files. Insurance, in case you ever turned on him. I know where they are. DNA evidence. Video footage. Recorded conversations. Everything needed to put you both in prison for the rest of your lives. Vanessa's face paled. That's impossible. Those files were destroyed. Lily smiled. Cold. Calculated. That's what he told you. But I found them. Years ago, before I lost my memory completely, I left them with someone I trusted. Insurance of my own. She was bluffing, but her voice never wavered. Here's my offer. You walk away. Both of you disappear, and those files stay buried. But if anything happens to me, to my son, or to Ethan, they go to the FBI, the media, everyone. Vanessa's hand shook. You're bluffing. Try me. A long moment passed, tension thick enough to cut. Finally, Vanessa lowered the gun. This isn't over, yes, Lily said softly. It is. Vanessa and her men left. The door slammed. Silence. Ethan turned to her, eyes wide. You remembered? Lily's legs gave out. She collapsed to the floor, trembling. No, I still don't remember anything. But I needed her to believe I did. Ethan pulled her into his arms. You're insane. Brilliant. But insane. Jamie ran over, wrapping himself around both of them. They held each other as the fire crackled. 3 people who had been lost. Now found, but outside. Headlights flickered in the distance, and Lily knew this wasn't over. Not by a long shot. The DNA results came the next morning. Ethan read them twice. Then handed the paper to Lily without a word. 99.9%. Probability of paternity. Jamie was his son. Lily was Lily Hart. Everything was real. Jamie sat between them on the porch, watching birds. He didn't know yet. Didn't know his whole world was about to shift. When do we tell him? Lily asked quietly. Ethan's voice was soft. When you're ready, I'm not sure I'll ever be ready. They sat in silence. The morning tasted like pine and possibilities. Ethan's phone buzzed. A message from his lawyer? The files Lily had bluffed about? They were real. His investigator had found them hidden in Richard Blackwell's offshore accounts before turning on him. Everything documented. Every crime. They're going to prison, Ethan said. Vanessa. Her father. All of them. Lily nodded. Good, but her voice was hollow. Victory felt empty when it cost 15 years. Jamie looked up at them. Are you my dad? The question hit like lightning. Ethan and Lily exchanged glances. Yes, Ethan said simply. I am. Jamie was quiet for a moment. Did you know about me? No. I would have found you sooner if I had. I would have found both of you. Do you want to be my dad? Ethan's voice cracked. More than anything. Jamie nodded slowly, processing. Then he stood and walked back inside, leaving them alone. Lily's hands trembled. He hates me. For lying. For not knowing. He's scared. Give him time. What if time isn't enough? What if I can't be who you need me to be? I don't remember loving you, Ethan. I don't remember the girl I was. All I have are pieces. Ethan took her hand. Then we build something new. From the pieces, that's not fair to you. Let me decide what's fair. Lily met his eyes. Green and brown. Storm and earth. I'm broken. So am I. I might never remember. Then I'll tell you our story every day until it feels like yours. She laughed through tears. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I've been told I'm ridiculous. By who? By you, 15 years ago. When I tried to cook you dinner and set the kitchen on fire, Lily smiled. And for just a moment, something flickered. Not a memory, but an echo of one. Tell me more, she whispered. Ethan pulled her close. We met in a coffee shop during a thunderstorm. You were painting rain on napkins. I spilled coffee on your favorite sketchbook. You threatened to make me buy you a new one. I bought you 10. That sounds like something you'd do. You made me promise that no matter what happened, we'd always find each other. You said love was a compass. As long as we had each other, we'd never be lost. Lee touched the necklace. Fine north. Fine north. They sat there as the sun climbed higher. Two people learning each other all over again. Inside. Jamie watched them through the window, scared, angry, but also hopeful. Later that evening, Lily found him in his room, drawing. Can I see? He showed her. A sketch of 3 people. A man, a woman, and a boy. Standing together. Holding hands. It's us, Jamie said quietly. The way we could be. If you wanted, Lily's heart broke open. I want that more than anything, even if it's hard. Especially if it's hard. Jamie hugged her, tight, desperate, forgiving. They stayed like that until the light faded that night. Ethan found Lily on the porch, staring at the stars. Couldn't sleep? Too much to think about. She looked at him. What happens now? We can't hide forever. We don't hide. We live. We rebuild. Together. You make it sound easy. It won't be. But nothing worth having ever is. Lily stood, facing him fully. I need you to know something. I may never remember who we were, but I'm starting to understand who we could be. If you'll have patience, if you'll let me figure this out. Ethan cupped her face. I've waited 15 years. I can wait a little longer. What about Vanessa? What about your company? Already handled. The board removed me, but I don't care. I have enough money to last 10 lifetimes. The company was never what mattered. Then what did? You, always you. Lily kissed him. Soft at first, then deeper. A promise. A beginning when they pulled apart, she whispered, I'm scared. Me too. Good. We'll be scared together. 3 months later, they stood on a beach. The same one where Ethan had given Lily the necklace 15 years ago. Jamie ran ahead. Chasing waves. Ethan held Lily's hand. Do you remember this place? He asked. No, but it feels right. They walked to the water's edge. Salt and wind. The smell of beginnings. I want to try something, Lily said. She pulled out a sketchbook. Tell me what I was painting that day. In the coffee shop, rain. You said you were trying to capture the way light breaks through storms. Lily opened to a fresh page. Began to draw. Her hand moved without thinking. Lines became drops. Drops became light. When she finished, she stared at the sketch. Recognition flickered. I've drawn this before, 1,000 times. Tears fell. Not from sadness. From something deeper. Memory or instinct? She couldn't tell, but it didn't matter. She looked at Ethan. I don't know if I'll ever be who I was, but I know I want to be here. With you. With Jamie, building something new. Ethan pulled her close. That's all I need. Jamie ran back, breathless and smiling. Mom, Dad, look what I found. Shell. Spiral and perfect. He handed it to Lily. She held it up to the light. Inside, tiny chambers curved inward. Each one a small memory, a small beginning. It's beautiful, she whispered. Like you, Ethan said. Jamie groaned. You guys are so gross, they laughed. The three of them, a family built from broken pieces and impossible chances. As the sun set, painting the sky in colors that had no names, Lily reached for the necklace at her throat. She didn't need to read the engraving anymore. She knew what it said. Find North. And for the first time in 15 years, she had not in memories. Not in the past, but in the man beside her. The boy ahead of her. The life they were building together. North wasn't a direction. It was home. The end.